welcome to Deck Concepts, the video series where I show you guys a deck off the top of my head. No testing, just ideas. Today, I'm bringing you guys Fiendsmith Maxmetalmorph. This deck is brought to you by Metal Illusionist, which can turn itself into a light fiend. It can turn itself into any type, but here, we're obviously going to use it to turn itself into a light fiend monster. First, allow me to show you some combos, and then the deck. The first combo is going to be a 1-card combo with just using Metal Illusionist. You're going to normal summon Metal Illusionist, activate its effect, you're going to set Maxmetalmorph, and then you're going to turn it into a Light Fiend, and you're going to do the Fiendsmith combo. Requiem into Lacrima, Lacrima Depth Engraver, Requiem, go ahead attach itself, go ahead and make Necroquip Princess, and then summon back Engraver. You're going to shuffle back here the Requiem, because Metal Illusionist turns back into a spellcaster once it's in the grave. So unfortunately, not enough material here to justify making a Wave King Caesar. Even if you did make a Wave King Caesar, this cannot turn Wave King Caesar into anything because it requires a monster with a level. So you're going to go into Constellar, Ptolemy, and then you're going to add the Fiendsmith Engraver after you detach it. I'm going to activate Engraver's effect, add track, activate track, add Lurie, activate Lurie once it's sent to the grave, and then you're going to Fiendsmith sequence, and you're going to go ahead and fusion summon into Desiree, and equip the sequence to Desiree. Then you're going to pass your turn, if this is all you had. This is going to allow you to have Fiendsmith Desiree on the opponent's turn, and then you can activate Maxmetalmorph. Once you use the effect somewhere along the combo, you're going to activate Maxmetalmorph, turn it into Metal Zoa, and this is going to trigger Fiendsmith Desiree in the grave. So you still get its graveyard effect, even without having used the Lacrima play to revive the Requiem, to revive the Lacrima, and then dump the trap. Sure, Metal Zoa is not as good as Full Metal Dragon, but it is still quite a decent card. Every time your opponent activates a spell card or effect, you get to target one face-up monster your opponent controls and destroy it. That's kind of nice. The second combo gives you a little more to do. You're going to use Metal Illusionist and the Bestial Lubellion. You're going to go through the same old combo. Once you get to the Desiree part, you're going to activate Lubellion's effect. Here, this is just going to add a little more that you can do on top of the Illusionist. Doesn't really change the combo much at all, just gives you something extra. You're going to activate Lubellion, add Magna Hut. Magna Hut, you're going to banish any of your lights, preferably probably Metal Illusionist. It's not like you can revive it and you need your Lubellion here in a second, because after you activate Magna Hut, you're going to revive Lubellion. You're going to activate Lubellion to play Branded Beast. This is just going to give you a chance to, if you control a bestial monster, you can target one dragon monster, target one card your opponent controls, and destroy it. So that's just something a little extra to do there. But the other thing is, Magna is going to get you Bestial Druid Worm, which you'll go ahead and summon. And then you'll be able to turn Full Metal Dragon. And then you'll be able to activate Druid Worm's effect. You're going to go ahead and have the Omni negate from Full Metal Dragon. Branded Beast will be able to send the Lubellion. That's why you didn't want to use this with Lubellion, because then you were lacking a beast. Although, if you want to, you can go ahead and use the Maxmetalmorph to send the beast to Lubellion, and then just use the Druid Worm in hand to activate the Branded Beast. Whichever way you wanted to do it, you just have options here thanks to the branded monsters. The final combo is also a 1-card combo. This is just based off MBT's 1-minute overview. So it's just literally any way to get Metal Illusionist. I'm going to go ahead, activate it, set the Flame Metalmorph, the new one, and then you can either turn this to a dragon, or you just don't use this effect at all. It doesn't really matter, because this card can summon so long as you control a monster that mentions Maxmetalmorph, and it ignores summoning conditions, so it does not need to change its type. You can change it to dragon if you want to, but you do not have to. So you just activate it, and voila, you have a Full Metal Dragon. 1 Omni Negate. Simple, easy, nothing crazy. Alright, and here's the deck. We have 3 Metal Illusionists, 3 Metal Flame Swordsman, 2 Metal Zoa X, 2 Red Eyes, Black, Full Metal Dragon, 1 for 1, 3 Incoming Machine, 3 Maxmetalmorph, 2 Flame Coating Metalmorph. For the Fiendsmith, it's 1 Fabled Lurie, 1 Lacrima, 3 Fiendsmith Engraver, 1 Fiendsmith Track, 1 Fiendsmith in Paradise. And then for the Bestials, it's 3 Bestial Lobelion, 1 Bestial Magnahut, 1 Bestial Druisworm, 1 Bestial Baldrake, and 1 Branded Beast. For the non-engine is 3 Nibiru the Primal Being, 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, and 3 Effect Veiler. For the extra deck, 1 Necroquip Princess, 2 Fiendsmith Desiree, 1 Chaos Angel, 1 DDD Wave High King Caesar, 2 Fiendsmith Requiem, 2 Fiendsmith Sequence, 1 Constellar Ptolemy, 1 Hieratic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres, 1 Relinquished Enigma, 1 Moon of the Close Sky, 1 SP Little Knight, and 1 A Zeus. Alright, and an explanation of the deck, the 3 Illusionist, 3 Incoming Machine, 3 Metal Flame Swordsman, and the 1 for 1 gives you 10 ways to go ahead and get Metal Illusionist. So you should really always be able to have it in your hand. The 3 and 2 of the trap, Maxmetalmorph is the trap you want the most. You also get to draw a card if you have one in the grave. Flame Coating Metalmorph is still pretty good, but I only want to run 2 of it. I might cut it down to 1 of, but if you go into a grind game, I think you might want a second one. Fiendsmith engine, as small as possible because you don't need the normal summons. Maybe you increase the track. I was thinking about increasing it as much as possible, but I did want to run some non-engine. I wasn't really sure on the ratio, so I just went the standard method I had been running for a while now. As for the bestials, they're here to give you access to dragons so that Maxmetalmorph can make full metal dragon. I want to change up the ratios so that I can use the more useful bestials, but I also like Lubellion to go into Branded Beast as another form of disruption. For the non-engine, I don't really have much of an explanation. I just picked 9 cards. However, with Effect Veiler, it is nice with the bestials as opposed to Infinite Impermanence because you don't have to worry about not having any cards on the board. For the extra deck, this deck doesn't need its extra deck since Metalmorph is all main deck cards. This means I can run multiple of the Fiendsmiths if I want to, either A for the grind game or B if I'm worried about Kashtir or Unicorn. So having the doubles is really nice there. Now if you want to use the space for other utility cards, that's totally fine. I was just running double because that was the first thing that came to mind. There were some other options. Like I said, I was trying to change the ratios for the Fiendsmith stuff in order to try to run more non-engine, but I couldn't really quite figure it out. You are able to remove the Lubellion if you're not too fond of the Branded Beast and just run the 3 Bestials. Otherwise, maybe if you wanted another normal summon Feast Zoa, but I really didn't find a place for it in this deck. It's not really that great. Another thing I was thinking about doing was maybe reducing the Fiendsmith to one of each of these guys to run the Fiendsmith New Fusion or the Agnum Day. One of those 2 options. Also, being able to run that trap because apparently the trap is how you make the New Fusion a lot easier with Lacrima being gone. Since the extra deck space isn't all that important as opposed to other decks where you need all 15 cards that you run, here you just need the Fiendsmith side of the deck most importantly, and if you're not afraid of Kashtir Unicorn, then Prosperity would be nice to increase the consistency, maybe have another card in your hand. I was also thinking about changing the ratios for the Maxmetalmorph stuff. I don't think I need it anymore. Probably I could even dump Metal Zoa X down to 1 to create a little more space. I don't think I need to boost it up. And then the final thing, I'm not 100% certain on how transaction rollbacks work, but if you can copy Flame Coating Metalmorph, then that would be nice if I can go ahead and summon out one of these guys without needing to tribute a monster. But once again, not 100% certain on how this works. That's probably not the best idea. It probably doesn't even work the way I think it works. This was just a fun idea. I think this idea might be something I'd love to take to a locals. Probably doesn't have a place in the metagame once again. I'd love to take this to locals if the Fiendsmith engine wasn't so expensive. But otherwise, I think this is quite a fun idea to try to get all the Maxmetalmorph stuff out. A nice place to run Metal Zoa, especially since Full Metal Dragon has a place in other decks. Metal Zoa doesn't. As an Omni Negate, Full Metal Dragon just makes sense, and this card is just nice. Being able to destroy one, but it requires your opponent activating a spell effect and then not negating this guy. So I just think it's cool that this has something to do. Also, you can bring out Metal Flame Swordsman as well. Once again, this guy doesn't have any place. I don't think there's any deck that really would like to get rid of its warrior in exchange for a burn monster. So having a deck dedicated to bring these guys out is just really nice. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. And now you guys have a good one.